Hi everyone, and today we're going to talk about the Federal Reserve and why it's one of the most powerful institutions on earth. So every time you talk about inflation, interest rates, mortgage costs, or the stock market crashing, there's one institution behind it all. It doesn't get elected, it doesn't answer to voters, yet it can crash stock markets, cool economies, or fuel booms. Today we're breaking down what the Federal Reserve really is, how powerful it is, why presidents fight who controls it, and some of the biggest disasters in its history. So what is the Fed? The Federal Reserve usually is just called the Fed. It's the central bank of the United States. Its job isn't to pass laws or collect taxes, it's to manage the money system and keep the economy stable. Think of the Fed like a thermostat for the economy. If the inflation runs too hot, it turns the dial down. If unemployment rises and the growth slows, then it turns the dial up. What makes the Fed different is that it's designed to be independent from politics, so it can make painful decisions even when politicians don't like them. So what does the Fed actually do? The Fed has three main jobs. The first one is to control inflation, keep prices from rising too fast. The second one is to maximize employment, supporting job growth without overheating the economy. And the third one is financial stability, stopping banks and markets from collapsing. Its main weapon it's got to do this is the interest rates. When rates go up, borrowing gets more expensive, spending slows, and inflation cools. When rates go down, money flows faster, spending increases, and growth picks up. This is why a single Fed announcement can shake the global markets in seconds. Now, the Fed isn't just one building, it's a system. At the top is the Board of Governors in Washington, 7 members appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. They serve 14-year terms specifically to keep them insulated from politics. Then there's the Fed Chair, currently is Kevin Walsh, who acts as the public face of the institution. Across the country, there are 12 Federal Reserve banks feeding the real-world economic data into the system. All of this feeds into the most powerful group of them all, the FOMC, that decides interest rates about 8 times a year. So you might be asking yourself, why does the president care about the Fed chair? Presidents choose the Fed chair because monetary policy can make or break a presidency. Low interest rates mean cheaper mortgages, rising stock markets, and faster growth, but there's also a risk of inflation. Although now there's a bit of a mismatch. Presidents naturally want growth now, whereas the Fed is thinking about the economy in 5 or 10 years from now. When the Fed becomes political, history shows the consequences can be brutal. Here are some examples of when the Fed got it wrong. One was the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, the Feds allowed banks to fail and money supply to collapse. What could have been a recession turned into a decade of economic devastation. In the 1970s, there was a huge inflation crisis. Feds kept rates low for way too long under political pressure. Inflation exploded into double digits, and it took Paul Volcker raising rates above 20%, causing a recession to finally kill inflation. In 2008, in the financial crisis, the Fed underestimated the housing bubble and financial risks. When the system collapsed, he had to unleash trillions of dollars to prevent a total meltdown. After COVID, rates stayed low for too long as well. Inflation surged and forcing aggressive rate hikes and crushed affordability and cooled the global growth. So going back to answer the question why the Fed matters. The Federal Reserve is powerful because it has to be, but that power comes with enormous risks. When the Fed gets it right, the economy stays boring, but boring is good. When it gets it wrong, the damage can last decades. That's why who controls the Fed, how independent it is, and how it uses its power might matter more than any election headlines you see. If you found this video helpful, comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for listening.